More, excuse me, we're going to do a little bit more work on these two pieces, starting with this guy. Just trying to crank through it. It's the last piece of my board, so trying to get it done. So today, at least for this stream, I'm gonna try to do more streams later today. Yesterday, it didn't happen. I saw the little blur symbol in the sky and had to run go help somebody else with terrain, which I love doing. I'm not talking trash about that. I just wasn't able to live stream because of it. So today I'm going to try to make that up a little bit, kind of pick up any lost ground we had, and to start with that, start right in with kind of framing this thing up. Cut myself a 45-degree angle on the end of this paper straw. Get it wedged in here. Some hot glue in there. Trying not to be messy, but it does happen. I'm gonna have to hold that for a second because the pressure from this pole is pushing it out. If I can't get it to cool quick enough, I'll take something, I'll fan it. Beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little hot glue on this seam. I got a 45, but it doesn't quite go far enough, so I'm gonna grab another straw. Put myself another 45 on it. Toss it up here. Give it a measurement. Kind of squish down this end of it just to make it look a little wrecked, because I'm going to have this side be wrecked. We're just going to glue that right in there, get it moving. I got to make some progress today on this and the other piece, just because I meant to stream more yesterday, but I got distracted. Speaking of, I was asked to help build a table with somebody else, some terrain, which I love to do. It's kind of one of my favorite things to do, actually. So I jumped on it. So I ran over there and helped some other people build a table. Cool, super cool. And I didn't realize how much I enjoyed, like, helping somebody else's vision. It's I don't know, I really like that. So on that note, if you want help with terrain, you can at least go to the In Rustry Trust Discord, and the link should be the Discord link should be in my bio on my page. If not, yeah, I know that it's on the Hot Scum Podcast Instagram. What up, bud? Want help painting? Sure, you can come help me paint this Thursday anytime. Well, wait, no, not anytime. Not till after I get it done, probably. I haven't thrown paint at any of the pieces yet, partly because I want to just prime all of them so I can have the whole table zenithalled, and then I can kind of piecework painting it, or experiment with my airbrush a little bit more painting it, but that's usually kind of how we do it, like me and Kate, and I'll even recruit the kid because they can do washes, and you know, anybody can do a wash on a big chunk of terrain. So I am actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna glue this piece up here and let it start. Awesome. I love it. It is one of those things where if you got like a party of people, it definitely is easier. This plastic glue does not dry as fast as I would like to, but so I want that up there right now while I continue working on this. What else do I need? Okay, so the next little bit of detail is I wanted to add something else here. I don't really feel like I need more platforms on this, although there isn't any real way to land a platform from this side at the lower levels, so that's kind of a thing. But I grabbed this out of the junk pile, and I thought that that would be like a cool generator looking thing if I drill a hole in the side of that. So I'm gonna check the size on my drill bit. Nope. See. Oh shit, that drill bit was too small too. Holy crap. There we go. Son of a biscuit. Still? Okay. Just trying to get this hole big enough. Apparently, even though I have a giant drill bit, it's still not big enough. Right. Okay. Just add to that shape a little bit. Unfortunately, the rotation thing doesn't seem to be happening. I could pull it out a little bit better so that piece does rotate. How do do I need to put anything else on this piece? Might, build something else up on this side so that it doesn't look just like this facade. Maybe I can do. Just gonna add some details to this before I glue it on, hopefully to make it easier. I got like a little cog or gear or something. Cool. I don't think it really needs anything else. And when it gets glue all over it, it might stop turning. Just because there is going to be, texture and shit glued all over it, it might not continue to turn later. But I'm gonna go ahead and blast that right in there. This little technique too. Throw some rocks and stuff down into that big puddle of hot glue I did, just to help glue the whole thing. So hopefully if this does want to pop out, it'll have to pull the rocks and stuff up, and then once there's more texture on top of that, the rocks won't go, so give it a little bit stronger of a base. In theory, I don't know if it works, but gonna get texture all sand and all over it, so that's not really a big worry. I think really the only issues I'm having is what to do here and what to do here, and I could just spackle them and texture this, which isn't a bad thing. I like the way the spackle looks, so that's not really a worry. Should I dig at this? Should I make more pipes and stuff coming out of here? Yeah, we're gonna fill this little area up, I think, with pipes real quick. So I'm just like mashing the, sorry, I'm gonna mess with this, the chat thing disappears. Oh, what up, War Tiger? I didn't see you. Oh, cool, Durzen, if you've never messed with milliput, it's fun. It's actually one of my favorite things. War Tiger, good morning. Yeah, I use power tools a bit. Thing with power tools is that, like, most of the time you don't need them because the stuff you're using is so small anyway, so it's kind of kind of a little overkill, but oh look it, that didn't want to live there. But in some cases, you have to. I don't have a hand drill big enough to drill the hole that I just did, so it's gonna be a have to. Gonna be a have to. Man, it is. So dang muggy in here. Open a window with that don't help nothing. It's like a swamp. Okay, so more piping. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do more pipes in here. I think that's a good idea. If you just mash the paper straws down, you can get a really good crumpled pipe effect. You can't really do that with the plastic ones. That's another reason I like the paper ones. Make a little space for another one of these that looked like maybe it came up through the flooring there. Where's my big pliers? Here they are. Then I'm going to tear at this so it looks all wrecked up. Good. Good. I'll just take this piece of styrofoam. If I have any other chunks, not here, but. Take some of this, like little chunks of styrofoam, and kind of fill in this gap back here. Doesn't have to look super nice. It's supposed to be all wrecked anyways. Perfect. Then I can do a little stucco here and a little stucco here, and that will cover that, no problem. I'm gonna raise you guys just a little bit. I want to see what I'm doing on my hands here. Here, just glued that in. I want to put like just a small piece up there, like. Kind of like the idea if I can get it to let's see, give you a bit of angle. See, that gives that a nice triangle shape all the way up the all the ways up this piece, and I dig that. That's gonna be a cool sniper lookout right here on the top, looking over that little banister. Super cool. Thematic moments of games. Always close your plastic glue lid. There's nothing like trying to move it out of the way and spilling all your plastic glue. That's why I don't have any more down here. I had to go get that from my model bench. Oh, come on, bud. So I'm just gonna sit here and hold this for a few minutes. How's everyone's morning going? Nice and drizzly. Oh, it still doesn't want to stick, so. Yay! Patience, patience. Okay, I'm not gonna touch that for a second. When I put the texture on, it'll fix some of those issues. Any of these gaps in here too, I'm gonna fill in with texture just to make it look like the building is really old and rusted. But that doesn't turn. That's okay. It does if you force it. Good, good. Okay, so I think it's really stucco on this, and then I'll go sit it on the to dry, and I'll grab the other piece and we'll do some work on the other piece, which would be more tubing. Maybe we should do more tubing on this. Dang it. Shouldn't have moved it around. In fact, I might just put a little bit of hot glue to tack this on here, because otherwise it is not going to want to stay. Little tack of hot glue up there just to see if I can't keep it a little bit more stable. I'm wondering if I should use some more piping. Wires hanging out of this will look cool. Is literally the only reason I want to do it. I'll try with the needle nose a little bit and just try to like pop some of these chunks out maybe. I don't mind if the chunks are kind of sharp sticking out here, but I do want to be wary of people's hands trying to get to their miniatures. I don't want to like booby trap it so bad that people are bleeding all over the table. So and for this I am going to hot glue a little stick in here because I have found just trying to stick pipes to the styrofoam without some sort of securing, it just doesn't work. It just keep popping off. So I'm gonna have to fix that with this one too. Right, just an easy way to get that to secure on there and give it a little bit more support. And then I'll put some wires or something coming out to block the to disguise the skewer sticking back there. Clearly not cool enough, so we'll just move on to our next one. Should I do another one? Sure. Same thing, I'm just gonna tear at the end of this a little bit. Nice, busted open, look. So this plastic really holds the heat, I've noticed. So it's hard to not want to just try to shove that on there after I put that support on there. But if the support isn't cooled down in there, it's not going to do its job. So the piece is probably going to pop off anyway. So I might as well not rush it. Well, I got that up in there, and it's being a pain in the butt, so I'm gonna try to adhere as well as I can. Oh. So hopefully that doesn't fall the fuck off again, because, pardon my French, that fell off like, I don't know, 6 or 7 times before I decided to be smart and actually anchor it in there. I don't know what I was thinking. Go ahead and get that pipe in there. And I'm probably not going to worry about sealing this so much right here with this is exposed styrofoam. I'm not gonna worry about sealing that styrofoam. Oh, I messed that other pipe up. Stay, dang you. I'm not gonna worry about sealing that styrofoam with the stucco, because it's a tiny little spot and it's just gonna make a nasty kind of mess up in there. So instead I'm going to cover it in texture. So that will be an easy fix. I feel like this side here needs some places where detail structure pieces coming out right here. Little studs in the wall being exposed as it's ripped open. That always helps. Let's see if we can't. Get some piping going on up top here too. Nope, no more straws in that pile. Okay, I'll grab a new one. Bam, okay. And I'm gonna actually run this one longer than this exposed space. Yep. I'm just gonna keep working the details on this one. This one hasn't been worked on as much as the other one as far as that goes. So I'm trying to catch up with it a little bit. Not bad, not bad. Maybe add a little texture up here. Square this out before I get the measurement. Because that'll keep me from having the wrong measurement. This Sharpie somehow got WD-40 all over it. It's so hard to open. Cool thing about the sculpting mesh is that you can usually just cut it with scissors. Not a big deal. It's great. So how I do mesh or granny grading or anything now is I kind of put a bead along the edge, and then I'll go back and I'll take like some EVA foam strips of some form to really anchor it down, but or not to anchor it, to really seal it down. But these beginning few done. Can I stop crafting forever because I'm out of hot glue? No, I got plenty. Sculptor's Mess is really cool because like you can actually sculpt with it as opposed to this granny grading. You know, it holds the shape really nice, so it does look like I need some more EVA. Well, that's a good way to see if the plastic glue held it or not, huh? Smack it with the square. You need to check your terrain's structural integrity. Just hit it with a square. If it survives, it was good. So that was hella lame. I don't know why. It doesn't even look like any of the glue. Okay, so this whole thing, man, I must have done a shit job of gluing this together. Probably just has one too many layers of random spray paint and texture and on it. Lame, super weak and lame. Don't be lame. Don't be lame. Okay. Well, every move I make with this thing now, it's just popping apart. Which is extremely frustrating. So I might just have to set this one to the side to let this glue set up a little bit. I also think I'm going to totally cheat here because I have this big exposed area. Fill that in with some hot glue. Woo! Alright, well, it might be a moment for me to walk away from this so I don't decide that it looks better smashed on the floor. Because I don't think it would look better smashed on the floor. It would look better if it just stayed together. So I'm gonna take a quick break, go refill my water bottle, and I will be back shortly, and this thing won't be smashed. Maybe. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sometimes it is good to get up and take a little bit of a break. You know, give yourself a 5-minute rest from messing with the terrain is always a good deal. I did get a couple more packs of those. Oh, you can see. I got some more ladders, so I can actually build this ladder and the ladder for the other one, which I might actually just switch the spots of these two. And let that plastic glue kind of set because I was having a hard time dealing with it. It just was not working for me. Later, War Tiger. Oh man, you guys are all talking and the feed didn't. Yeah, the valley is gross today. Oh god, it's bad, dude. Bigger Necromunda train piece in a while. Oh, don't go away. I was enjoying reading those messages. Do the lights. Do the lights. You want me to do the lights? You guys are awesome. That would be so cool. There's to be able to be like, oh, you know, and actually like message somebody or something, or not have to fiddle with the thing. I don't know. I do apologize for my technical lack of technical know-how. I'm just more of a physical. Like things that exist in the imaginary realm. No, see, that's not true, because I'm totally always stuck in my head, so that doesn't make sense. But I don't know, digital is a cool thing. It just has, if I can't grab onto it and twist it around and it not break, I probably shouldn't be playing with it. I always look down. As soon as I look down, the thing disappears. That's right, because that's what actually makes humans and the division in our existence so amusing, is we are so much more powerful together. Like, the only reason we're here is because we're powerful together. So do want to work on putting some piping or something in here, just to block that light a little bit. The only issue I had with it was that light won't slide in there as easily if I put a bunch of pipes. I can put pipes on these front ones, but on the one shining up, it's not gonna fit as easily unless I mess with this piece some more, which I could. That definitely just wrecked the structural integrity of that, so I'm gonna have to fix that. And what do I have I could wedge down in there? Do I have any more? I know I have them somewhere. Where the heck are they? Where's that yellow cup? Oh. Nice. So I got these wooden blocks. They're like to whittle and carve cool things out of. They were just like in a donation bin that I snagged them out of. But I need some better structural integrity in here. You can see that the work I'm doing on the inside here has ruined the structural integrity. Now this thing is flexing up and down. So I'm gonna have to fix that, and I think these will do that perfect job because they're nice and heavy, and hopefully can just slide one right underneath where the weight, because this thing is might have weight on it eventually. Maybe I'll put 2 of them in there. I have a couple of them. The only issue I have with them is that they are just a straight up block of wood. So and again, this is where the forethought thing might have come in handy. If I would have thought this out a little bit better, I could have set this up. But when I first did this, I didn't really think about putting lights in the bottom of it. So I was just going to use this piece that's inside. There's a chunk of cardboard wedged vertically in there that's a piece of the internal packaging of whatever piece of equipment. It was a nail gun that came in here. That's still in there, and I hot glued it in there thinking that, oh, that's great structural integrity, but now it's totally in the way of trying to get these lights to work. So I'm having to go back and fix my mistake. But at the time it wasn't a mistake because I didn't know I was going to do it. So again, that's where the forethought and planning it out would really help. And if I was doing this for, say, somebody else, I would have blueprinted it out and then showed the blueprint to the person who, I was building it for. But if I'm building it for myself, it gives me this other wonderful opportunity, which is to experiment, and that is the way that I learn new techniques and cool ways to do things. And I feel like I actually just made it a whole lot better, because now get these pieces of wood in there right, I should be able to just slide this light in here, no problem, and we're good. Beautiful. So I do want to glue these in here. I think I might try to remove the rest of this. Come on, buddy. You want to go out of there. Okay, plan. So, what else have I broken to get this fixed? I'm just gonna run a bead of hot glue. There's like pressure from the box. I don't know if you can see, but it's warped the box a little bit, and that is a sad thing, because all that light is just going to come pouring right out of here. What did you say? What up, Eric? Sorry, didn't see that. Yeah, that's hella cool. I know I worked on the board that yesterday that it goes to, and that board is at the point where it needs that next step. So I'm very excited to see how that works out. pull these back out because I'm gonna have to do even some more manuhoovering. But yeah, that fogger. I mean, could you imagine putting a fog machine in here and then having this stuff? Sorry, sorry, sorry. Having fog pump out of these with the light going on in there, that'd be just ridiculous. Like watching a movie. You ain't playing a game anymore. I'm too distracted by all the fog and the lights. Next step is to where's my little speaker? I'll stick my little speaker in here and play house music. That actually would be hella cool. Have some like oh, that'd be great. Do a bar or like a like a gambling den or something, and then put lights and music coming out of it. That would be cool. Okay, so I removed another layer of that cardboard. Let's see how well this door closes now. Oh, that gap is better. We still have one, but I think I'm probably going to end up having to do like a layer or a folded layer of EVA or something underneath here because that still is a pretty big gap. And I'll test it before I end this live stream, but yo, what's this question about the condensation? That was a good question. Actually, that's a really good point, because depending on what materials you're using, the condensation or the moisture is going to affect it. Any PVA glue or wood glue is most of the time water-based, so an adequate amount of water. Right, it's not, you're paying attention, and you would have to build it that way because the only thing that's really going to be affected by that is on this is the card, really, and the wood glue. So whatever wood glue is on here, which there isn't very much on here right now, it's all hot glue, super glue, plastic glue, all things that the water isn't going to mess with. The paper straws, those will absorb it. This MDF, it would just kill. I don't know how the water affects this cheap plywood, but I bet you it's not nice. So that is a thing. I personally probably would do like some good layers of a good clear coat and then oil wash it back down to get rid of the shine, and the condensation is the water and the oil wash aren't going to mix, and the clear coat should add that little protective layer. So hopefully that would do it, but that is an interesting thought. I didn't even think about that, how I'm gonna have to deal with the condensation of it. So I did just cut these big long pieces for that other one. So I could just put what? See, that's what I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna try something, and it might not work, and it might be really difficult, and it might frustrate me again. So let's do it, right? This is me working on my control issues, maybe. No, I'm playing. I'm not that frustrated. The plastic glue thing was just bothering me. That's something I've had happen with the old terrain quite a bit because I didn't use the same kind of plastic glue. I don't know what kind of film or layer it left on the plastic glue. I, I mean, it was years ago last time I painted or did anything with those, so they have been sitting in the box for a couple of years. Um, so there could be dust, there could be all kinds of shit on there that. Oh, really? You don't use plastic glue at all? That's crazy. Um, I do like super glue. Like super glue's a uh, good adhesive, but sometimes it just like makes things worse. It kind of super glue and wood glue, or not wood glue. Hot glue are very similar in that sense. Like I use them a lot, but kind of only because they do their job really well. Because the downsides of them just drive me crazy. Like at the Under the Dice Fest. Yeah, on your models, right? You use super glue on your models, is what you're saying, bud? Yeah, I mean, all it really does, in my personal opinion, is it's stronger than the super glue. Like, unless you're putting baking soda or baking powder or whatever on the super glue, the bicarbonate, um, it is the plastic glue like melts the two pieces of plastic together. So, um, it's very strong. If you get a good seal of them together, it literally is like you'll try to break the piece apart and you'll break it over here because where the seam is, it doesn't want to, doesn't want to let go. So I do use plastic glue. I like the Tamiya the best as far as it goes. I don't like Testors. Testors plastic glue gives me like nightmares from childhood. Games Workshop plastic glue is way too expensive for how much you get out of it and how easily the dang package clogs. The one with the weird little straw thing on it. Hate it. The Army Painter plastic glue I have used, it always dries up before I can ever finish it. But the Tamiya cement, the orange bottle, I don't know if it's like thin or thick or whatever. I think it's the thick. That's my favorite. Okay, so I'm just trying to make this look not ridiculous, but I'm really just getting hot glue everywhere, so. Actually, it looks like it's going to work really well. This joint is just really a big pain in the butt. Just keep burning my hands. Just keep burning my hands. Look at that, all that hot glue. Didn't even get it on where I was trying to get it. Dang it. Man, it is. I know I keep complaining about how muggy it is, but just like upstairs with the cooler running, it's so much nicer. Okay, don't glue that in. Don't glue that in. And I come down here and like everything just sinks down into the underhive and is just absolutely miserable. Alright, well, I'm gonna give that a break because there are blisters developing on my thumbs. I'll come back and clean it up. The green bottle is the thin, and it is very much runnier. And I can't really show you in here, but this is runny. Like, I've done the thing where I was like trying to hold a model and get it out of here before and spilled it all over the place. So you do have to be careful too. If you get a big drop of it and you put it on your model and it runs down, it'll just destroy the detail. But I like it a lot better than other plastic glues. Don't know if I can actually put my finger on why. The brush applicator is nice. The wide mouth of the bottle, I've never ever had issues with trying to get the glue out, besides when you only have a tiny little amount in the bottom and you're trying to get that brush to get it. But what I do is I'll just get a pack of like 3 of these, and when this one starts running out, I'll just open the other one and start like refilling it from that. Or I'll toss a bunch of cut up plastic sprues into here, and it's like a perfect sprue goo applicator. So, but I am going to try to get these ladders made for this. I got a long ladder for this piece and a long ladder for that other piece that I gotta build. So I'm gonna make some ladders real quick. These are like $4 for 20 pieces of these ladders. It's been the most price efficient way for me to build ladders that look uniform. So all the ladders I build this way, they all look very similar. So if you look around on the board, they're all built similarly. It gives you, it gives you consistency and coherency in your whole build. I know I said I was gonna stop this, but this little bubble is bothering me. I know I said I was gonna stop this, but I lied. Mash that out. Okay, well, I'm gonna turn that side over there so I don't look at it and keep messing with it. I do like the way these ladders come out. They're pretty easy to build, a few of them like this, and then cut them down if I need to make them smaller. The great part about this piece and the ladder that it needs is I don't have to cut this. Yay! That's the ladder. See where it fits right up here. That don't look bad with that little gap, does it? It's not over the height of a mini, so all right, I'm okay with it. The only issue I'm seeing is that it doesn't quite fit the ground here. So my little technique for that is weird Lego pieces. I don't know what that is, but here we go. These are like Lego flowers or some shit. I don't know. But if I glue that right on the inside of that, it will just give me a little bit more height, which is exactly what I needed. You get that to fit perfectly, and they're not really noticeable as what they are. They fill a little tiny gap, as opposed to like trying to wrap EVA foam around it or something like that, trying to glue a little tiny chunk of straw back onto the bottom to make it 1/8 of an inch bigger. And if you look at it from this side, although it's pretty recognizable like that, if you look at it like when it's standing, all that does is add a little texture to the bottom around the bottom of the ladder. So it I personally think it works really well. I do know that some people are like against using Legos in their builds, and that's fine. You know, if you want to limit your resources, do it, but don't be telling other people that what they built isn't something cool simply because I used Lego pieces. Now, if you want to play Warhammer or Age of Sigmar or Mordheim or whatever you play, and you want to use Lego pieces and build yourself a whole city out of Legos and fight across it, do that. That's cool as hell. All right, like I'm not even joking. I 110% support the idea of strictly using Legos to wargame with. Why not? If you enjoy it and you're good at messing with Legos and it's fun for you, get on it. And don't let nobody else tell you that, oh, what you're doing is, you know, childlike. Yo, it's plastic. It's little plastic men. It's little chunks of garbage. Literally garbage. Plastic pollution. And we're playing with them. And so don't be so judgmental on whether or not somebody else is using Legos or an old dinosaur as their demon prince, because that shite is expensive. Okay, I think I do want to put like maybe a gear or something up here. Because this is like a pump house of sorts. How we looking? How we looking? Pretty good on this one. And actually, now that I've sealed this up better, probably slide these in permanently. As soon as I do this, I'm gonna be like, that was wrong. Shouldn't have done that. Let me tear it apart and try it again. Besides the huge mess I made with all this hot glue over here, I do like the way that it worked out. I am apparently just gonna keep making messes with hot glue on that side, so maybe we stop. Let's look at where how the light looks. Now I could toss that in. There's way more space back there. Which is cool. Go ahead and put our little lenses back on here. I thought about making some goggles out of it. All right, let's kill some of the lights in here. Give that a little bit better of a glow effect. It looks cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. The only issue I really have, and it's not so bad, when you're standing above it, it's kind of blinding in your face. Real quick, I just wanted to see. Yes, what Durr said. This is what it says on here. I don't know if I can get it to focus. It says, excuse me, 20-piece mini garden ladder, Oris for landscape dollhouse decor. They're like $4.99 for 20 of them. They would work great in a fantasy setting too because they're wood, so they have that kind of consistency. Of course, I'm gonna paint them up like metal, but I wanted to see how does that even change anything? Can you see those lines? I mean, you can, in person, you can quite, like, it's really backlit, so they're quite silhouetted. On the camera, it just looks completely burnt out. And I think that might be because too much light. Let me turn one of these lights back on. Okay, well, let's get a measurement for you right here, right now. What you want it in, centimeters or inches, doesn't matter to you. So, that is an interesting measurement. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16, 2 and 5/16 tall by 3/4 wide, so it's not quite an inch wide, and it's not quite 2.5 inches tall. But when you add the width of, you know, a support, because my only problem with them is that they're kind of fragile. Like this is just MDF, right? Like the MDF terrain, so you could very easily just this. So I give it supports. So when you add the width of the supports on it too, it's about 1.5 inches wide. So that a little less than 1.5 inches wide. So, and then you can increase the length by gluing multiples on, like I did here, right? 6 centimeters by 2. I will do that measurement, sir or madame. 6 centimeters by 2 centimeters. Yes, that is what they are. That's exactly this. and they work pretty good for the price. Like I said, I can make them. Um, for example, this is one that I whipped up, and it only took me a few minutes. You know, once I had the pieces of whatever cut to, it's just toothpicks on some of the paper straws. Um, the problem I have with it, sir, yes, sir. Uh, the problem I have with it is that I can't get this consistency like um, I wish I hadn't glued this one on so I could show you the differences. But although I got, you know, the measurements are all pretty good, there's a bulge in the middle from where the hot glue, you know, I pushed down harder on one end when the hot glue was hot, and then I let it dry, cool too much and couldn't get it, so on and so forth. Um, it got a little bit twisted too, like a DNA strand, kind of. Yes, and saving time, because this is one of those things where you're like, man, I not only did I have to produce all the rungs on the ladder, but then I had to put them together. But I mean, I do silly stuff too, just on my own time, you know, for the hell of it. I haven't really tried to live stream any of it because I usually fail. I have live streamed a few of my fails on here, but I want people to see, you know, that you mess up. You have to mess up a bit to learn. This was my attempt at a rope bridge. This is probably about, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours of work that I think I had hot glued it to my hand or hot glued it to my shirt or something, and I stood up and it caught something else and tore it over and ripped it apart. So yeah. Yes. That's also why it's hard to build terrain when you like watch a YouTuber or something building terrain. You're like, oh man, that's really cool. But where the heck did he get whatever, the EVA foam? Like, I can't find that anywhere. Or look at these crazy pieces. Like, I personally am probably never going to find this piece again. This is like some, I don't even know what it was, probably like a enchilada dish, microwavable or something. I just grabbed it out of the recycling. I like the shape of it, right? So like, materials are going to be unique per individual. So you're right, having some sort of consistency. That's another reason why I would suggest EVA foam as a resource, because it is found in a lot of places. That's a good idea. You're a very smart person. I should do that. The reason that I haven't really jumped into, like, you know, trying to have recipes, or I have a little bit in my terrain, or in my any video that I put up, like a tutorial, I do a list of what I used in it. But I do like people to be freeform and use the materials that they have, because then I can steal your ideas when you show me how to use a material. Cool. So I haven't really messed with the linking all the things, but I should. You're right. Or at least give better descriptions. These live videos are straight up like chaos. I'm not trying to make anything in particular, and I really don't know what direction I want to take my channel, in the sense of like more just on the terrain, or should I include some model building, because I love to scratch build models too, or you know, kit bash models and paint and play, and so there's that whole side of the hobby that I'd love to get into. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, man, so many people with so many effing opinions. Like, it's not that I don't feel like my opinion is good or should be heard. It's just like, there's just so many opinions out there already. Do we need to add to them? Like, do we need? Is this beneficial for me to state my opinion just because everybody else has doesn't mean they should have, right? I don't know. That's just kind of my take on why I haven't done, like, I'm gonna review something or all that. So I'm gonna try, and we're gonna start right here in the center one because it has this chunk that has a light blaring out of it, and I want to try to block that up. Oh, this is gonna have to pop in here. So what we got going on? I'm gonna leave the light in there, but try to move it to the back a little bit so that I don't just drip hot glue all over the light. This is the thing too, I can always block it up on this side. Right there. Still see the glow in there? I won't turn the other light on, but back on, but I need a little bit better to be able to see. Now I'm just trying to what am I trying to do? Nothing proper, that's for sure. I'm just trying to get it so that, and I might have to put too much light on there so you can't see anymore. But there's a glow that's happening around these, so I'm going to try to seal that up a little bit. Now that I think about it, the easiest way is just going to cut some circles of EVA foam. So just gonna make them a little bit bigger than this circumference so I can slap them on the inside. And in fact, I probably don't need to use EVA foam. I could probably use thin card if I have any. Here you go. Keeper of Secrets box. Don't tell anybody. This is years old. I saved it because I like that this kind of background. I don't know. You think they just all make that digitally now? Probably, huh? Okay, we got our card stock. We're gonna cut some circles. They don't have to look good. Just gotta get the job done. They're just gonna be shielding for the light so that it funnels out there as opposed to around the tubes. There's two. Again, they don't have to be perfect. Just gotta do the job. Okay. Everything's so humid too. This, even the paper is like soft. What do I got? 2, 4, 6, done. I do hear the Underhive or the people above me waking up and moving around, which means that I'm probably gonna have to hop off here, make sure that all my chores get done, and then I'll be back. So now I'm just gonna do a quick circle in the center, really just for this experiment right here. So if I slide this in here, I'm just gonna tack that there, just this. Okay, we can turn this light off again. See how bad that glow is. So see that eliminated the. Here, I'll bring it a little bit closer. So see how there's still light shining out of this, but there's none over here. So that eliminated it. It also made it a little bit more circular on the inside of there, just because of that other piece of that piece of cardboard back in there, and the nice circle we cut inside of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch this. Actually, just to keep the secrets of the keeper of the secrets, actually gonna put this side facing forward. So then, if you know there's some color there, if albeit very dark, if the primer doesn't get back in there, because that's the only thing I really worry about. Whenever you do like deep holes like that with these, like I might even not glue these things on, simply because it will be a pain in the butt to try to base coat and everything in there, prime and everything in there, when I can just pull this out. I'll be able to prime all in there and have it not even be an issue, right? So, and because they kind of pop in there and they're relatively secure, I should say, I can also take them out and toss them in here and close this up if I need. So this is actually a technique that I used a lot when I was a kid, because I didn't have space for terrain. So I would take boxes and I would cover them in cardboard bricks, right? Just cutting rectangles out of bricks and covering them all over. And then you just open the box and you put your scatter terrain. So the little GW terrain that I did have, I would have safe in here, and you pull that out and you put it on top, and you have your castle or whatever. Yeah, I don't know what you up to today, dudes, but if you want to come hang out, I got that. Me and Kate got kill team things going, kill teams going. Um, but I do got to check with Kate. What's she up to? So, those look pretty cool. It's still a clear view back there, so you can just like look through and see the light pulsing. Should I try to do like a film or something? Of course I wouldn't. Well, I could put it on the inside of here, which would allow me to do it and not get it primed. Like I don't have to spray paint these, I could hand paint these. But that sounds lame. Maybe it does need some pipes. Right. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you could at least come hang out with me. I don't know what Kate is up to. I can't speak for somebody else, but definitely come chill with me. Mess with kill team, mess with Necromunda, mess with terrain, whatever. But, man, I'm having a hard time with this now. Should I put? I might have to have other people look at it. Should I put? Bring it up closer. Damn, it got a lot heavier with the wood in there. Do I need like... There's a stick here. I'll put the vent back on. Oh, sorry. So, if you look down there, you can like see straight down, right? Like you can see the stuff going on. Do I need pipes in there? I need things that you see that are down there as opposed to just looking down into the blackness. I don't know. I think for now I will leave all of these unglued. Just that's going to be a definite. I'll put these backgrounds on there. And then there'll at least be a little bit of that will eliminate that light shining up around from the corners at least. What do I do with them scissors? Do I put them back? That'll give me that. All I really need to do is some wires on here, but I did want to wait for that on the till I do it on the other one too, which it's almost there. I just need that plastic glue to set up, so I might take a moment and add more plastic glue to it so that it just is a solid thing. first one today. Ah, I missed it. I missed the cardboard completely and just glued it right on my hand. Oh, okay. Well, that might mean it's break time. Dang. Whoops. So, before I hop off here, I am going to turn these lights all off. Close this up. Check it out. I mean, that is super sick. There is no light shining out of anywhere else on it. It does glow along this edge, and it's kind of like a shining a light around my studio right out of these things, which I do like. I am going to have to glue those on eventually because they keep popping up and the light is shining at a weird angle through there. But I might do a little bit more work on there, and I'm definitely not going to glue them on until after I've primed the thing, just so I can get the inside of there primed. But I'm going to go ahead and take a break. I'm going to put ice on this huge blister I now have on my finger, so I definitely am going to I'm going to try to stream again later today, but 2 hours, that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and take a break. Thank you guys all for joining me. Feel free to hit me up with any questions, comments on any of these videos, or message me on Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram. If you got any questions about terrain, I'd love to help you out. Other than that, you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you guys on the next stream. Peace. Bye.